What's up, what's up, what's up? What's going on? About to go over some key information to help you guys increase your closing. We've had a few conversations over the last couple weeks about different topics, and I know that people have been asking me a lot how to handle this big concern, so I figured I'm on my way to my 4 o'clock meeting, so I could probably spend some time answering one of the biggest objections that we hear in our industry, not just in our specific company, but in our industry when it comes to getting started in business. How do you handle people who don't have the money to get started? So before I get started, make sure you guys are sharing the feed, share this post, make sure you are subscribed to the notification. So if you haven't already subscribed, just click on the option button and then you can go ahead and get notifications so whenever I go live. What's up, guys? How's it going, Cecilia? What's up? All the way from London. Anna, how you doing? Ram Diaz out in Texas. Fong Tang, how are you? What's going on? How's everybody doing this week? Everybody having a productive week? Yep. It's been a great week. What's up, Ivy or Evie from Maui? Nice to meet you. Aloha. Hugh, what's going on? Kenneth, how are you? Chris. Awesome. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button. We want to get 1,000 likes on these videos as quickly as possible. So if you guys could just keep hitting the like button. What's up, Dimitri? All the way from Atlanta. Miss Karen Durfline, how are you? You're the rock star. Make sure you guys are getting your people on. Tag them if you haven't already done so. What's up, Tariq? All the way from Houston. Ohio, what's going on? How's it going? Kush. What a name. That's my favorite name. Vincent Berthome. Is that my man all the way from Europe, from France? Where's my little stick here? Oh, perfect. Look what I found. A selfie stick. Let's see if I can get this on at the same time. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's not working. Oh, the heck. There we go. Can you guys hear me okay? What's going on? Let's see if I can just lock this in. We're going to get started like in a minute. Oops. One thing for sure is I'm not a handy guy or technical guy. I'm over here trying to put a selfie stick together and it's falling apart. All right. Let's see if that works. Can you guys hear me okay? If you can hear me, just type in the word yes. If you can hear me, type in the word yes. Been waiting for this all day. Karina. Can you guys hear me okay? I see we got people from Ottawa. Yo, let me take this off. Craig. Okay, so you guys can hear me. Okay, before I get started, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Awesome. Robert Jess, how's it going? What is up? Angel, how are you? Rose, Jennifer, how are you? Mace, Pierre, what's going on, brother? Craig Moore, low tech, high check. Gabriel Ross. All right, guys, we're gonna get started. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you guys are ready to get these quick tips, I want you to go ahead and type in money. Type in money. I need to see like at least 50 money comments before I get started and give you the #1 tip on how to handle the no money objection and how you can increase your closing ratio by at least an additional 10, 20, 30%. So type in the word money and hit the like button. We need 50 money comments before I go ahead and get started. So go for it. While we're doing that, I'm gonna put some music on. I don't see money. Do we see money? Type in money. What's going on? We're gonna get started. I promise you, it's gonna be good. Money, there we go. There's Anna. Thank you, Anna. Tony, there you go. Keep hitting that like button. Kush, thank you. Gabriel, come on. Type in the word money. There you go, Mick. Thank you. Is it sideways? Is this thing sideways? Should I go like that? Is that better? That might be better, right? Then it kind of defeats the whole point of a selfie stick. Let me see if I can figure this out here. Sup, Dean? All right, guys, we're gonna get this thing started right now. I promise you. Let me just tighten this little thing up. All right, there we go. No, it's not gonna work. All right, let's forget the selfie stick. That's me trying to be complicated. All right, guys. So, you know, I love this business, and it's so crazy because I've been doing this business for 12 years, and I'm excited and fired up more than ever before, working with a lot of new people, new marketplaces, and it's so funny how no matter how much ACN changes, no matter how much our business changes, even technology, I mean, obviously FaceTime Live, Instagram, Facebook, having all these different tools. We didn't have these tools, you know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago when I started in the industry. But even regardless of all of that, the fundamentals are the fundamentals, right? And what it boils down to when it comes to getting results and producing success in our business is the key conversations you're having with prospects and your effectiveness in those conversations. Being able to understand your prospects' needs, goals, ambitions, what they're really looking for, and ultimately becoming what we call a PPS. A PPS. You guys know what a PPS is? If you know what a PPS is, go ahead and type it in. What is a PPS? PPS. What's a PPS? A PPS is a professional problem solver. A professional problem solver. And so what we have to understand is instead of us going into presentations and closing conversations like we're trying to sell someone something or sell them an opportunity or sell them the services, what we need to be looking at ourselves as professional problem solvers. We're interviewing people, trying to figure out what is their issue, what is the problem they're facing, what are the challenges they're going through, and how can we help them through our opportunity. Yep, Gabriel, that's right, professional problem solver. So when you understand that, our whole objective is not to sit there and close somebody. You don't have to close somebody who understands the reason why they need to do this business. If they understand the value behind the opportunity and what it will mean for their future, they're going to close themselves. Because if someone has that desire ignited within them, they'll find a way or make a way. Yeah, they may have questions and they may have, concerns, but at the end of the day, a great leader is a great listener, a great communicator, but above all else, you're able to show prospects how ACN, or in your company, whatever it may be, how ACN can be the solution to whatever problem they're faced with in their life. Some people need more money. Why do they need more money? Well, they maybe need to pay off some credit card debt, maybe college debt. Maybe they want to be able to, invest in other businesses. Maybe they want to, have more time for their kids or to finish college or whatever it is. So whatever someone's problems or concerns or needs are, you've got to get great at uncovering what that is. And once you uncover what that is, all you need to do is be able to present a solution, which is get involved in ACN. So how do we actually handle the objection for people who don't have the money? Because you're going to find, depending on the demographics you work with, that you'll deal with that objection quite often, depending on your demographic more times than others, right? And so I've been dealing with that objection since 2004. I started my business introducing college kids to this business, and started from college kids to eventually getting business owners, eventually getting people who are very successful. And to this day, I never prejudge anybody. I work with all types of people. I have people in my group who, in fact, we just signed up a young gentleman who's still in high school, and he's killing it right now. So it really doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, as a network marketer, as a true leader in this industry, in this business, you just have to know how to handle the situation whenever the situation arises, right? And so when it comes to dealing with people who don't have the money, or they may say, I like the business, but I don't have the money, the first thing you've got to do is qualify their objection. You've got to qualify their objection. Here's how I qualify their objection. So let's say I complete my presentation and I said, great, what did you like about it? And they're like, I like the fact that I can make money. I like the fact that we offer essential services. And I say, great. Why do you want to make more money? They might say, I want to pay for college or save money and pay off some debt, whatever it is. I'll say, great. Do you see an opportunity for yourself? And they might say, sure, I do. Great. Now, one of two things will happen. Either they'll tell you they don't have the money right there, or they're not going to tell you yet but eventually they'll tell you. And so what I always do, regardless if they tell me or don't tell me, I always begin filling out the IBO agreement with them. So I just assume the close. I assume to close. So right away I say, great, you see an opportunity for yourself? They're like, sure I do. Okay, great, let's get the paperwork out the way. So then I begin filling out the paperwork. JC, I'm not driving, don't worry. My beautiful, lovely girlfriend is driving.
Hi.
On my way to a meeting. We know better than that. So we'll get the paperwork out the way, and then we just start filling it out. We assume to close. We don't even ask them, do you have the money? Are you ready to sign up? We just assume they're ready to go. We assume they have the money. So first thing we'll do is we'll circle, say individual or company. We'll circle it. I'll even fill it out for them. I'll say, great, what's your last name? And I'll start filling it out. What's your phone number? What's your SSN number? Usually, if they have an objection, it comes out right there when you ask for the SSN number. Otherwise, you can continue filling out the IBO agreement. So here's what I love to do. As I fill out the IBO agreement with them, we get to the $4.99 team trainer piece, right? I think if you're in Canada, it's a different cost, Europe, different cost, whatever the cost is. Right when we get to that piece, pay attention to this piece right here, because this will change your closing ratio. Just a simple phrase, okay? I promise you, it's going to make a big difference for you. You guys might have heard it before because I've trained this before. But here's what we do. Once we get into the $4.99 piece, we say, okay, great. $4.99, put an X on the box, and I say this: Visa or MasterCard. That's it. I don't ask, how are you going to pay for it? I don't ask, do you want to pay for it? I don't even ask, can you pay for it? I just say, Visa or MasterCard, and then I look right back at the paper. And I just wait. Because at that point, they're going to say Visa or MasterCard, or wait a minute, I don't have the money. And that's what we want. We want to put them in a position where they have to give you the objection. They have to make a decision. And if at that point, what usually occurs is the excuses begin to flow. And that's what you want. See, closing is all about handling people's concerns. Removing the barrier from that individual, that prospect, removing the barrier from where they are to them making a decision. That's all closing really is. And so sometimes people are afraid to open up and tell you that they don't have the money, or they're afraid to tell you they're afraid of signing up. So sometimes when you begin to go through the process of enrollment, it'll in essence force the objection out in a passive aggressive way. So when you get to the $4.99, Visa or MasterCard, let them begin telling you why they can't get started, right? And so here's what's going to occur. Let's just assume this is the no money objection. They might say, well, I don't have the money, or they might say, I'm not ready yet. Whatever they say, okay? Let's just say they say, I don't have the money. Here's what you say. Whatever they say, you've got to reconfirm their objection. So I don't have the money. Say, okay, great. So what you're saying is you don't have the money, right? And you're going to say, right, I don't have the money. Okay. Then you say, what do you mean by that? Because what does that really mean, I don't have the money? What does that actually mean? Does it mean that they don't have the $500 cash on them right now, but they have it in a bank account? Does it mean that they have the money, but they can't pay for the business because they have bills coming up? Like, what does it actually mean when they say they don't have the money? It can mean a million different things. But what professionals understand when it comes to communication is that you want to have black and white conversations with people. Oh, that means I got to put a seatbelt on. You got to have black and white conversations with people. See, a great conversation would be like they say, I don't have the money. You're like, oh, okay. But that doesn't mean anything. So a black and white conversation takes it and makes it specific. So what exactly do you mean that you don't have the money? Let them answer. Let them to tell you what that means to them. They might say something like, well, I have it, but I can't sign up right now because I have bills coming up. Okay, great. Or they might say, you know what? I just don't have the money. I don't have any way of paying for the $4.99 right now. So here's the key. What I always want to do when someone tells me they don't have the money, my first goal is to try to create a sense of urgency and get them to find the money right there on the spot. Okay, that's the objection. That's the objective. I'm sorry. So if they tell me I don't have the money right now, I'll say, okay, great. What do you mean by that? And they say, I just don't have it. I'm broke. I'm struggling. I got a lot going on right now. I'll say, awesome. No problem. I understand. Here's what I'll say. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10, you really want to make this happen. 10, you really want to make money. 10, you're very ambitious and serious. Or you're a 1, you're not interested at all. Where are you on that scale? And then when they say they're an 8 or a 7, or they might even say a 10, at that point, here's what ends up happening. It gives me permission now to then start pushing and help them figure out how we're going to come up with this money to get them started right away. So I'll say, and guys, make sure you keep hitting the like button. Keep hitting the like button. Keep hitting that like button. We got to get 1,000 likes on this thing right away. Is this helping you guys? If this is helping you so far, just go ahead and post, just post yes. Sorry, I'm not that creative sometimes. So what happens is, great, you don't have the money. What does that mean? Oh, you just don't have? Okay, great. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10, you're dead serious. 1, you're not. Where are you in the equation here on the scale? Oh, you're a 10 or you're an 8. Great, what's keeping you from being a 10? Is it just the money? Is that the only thing holding you back? So I really want to make sure that that's the only objection. Is that the only thing that's holding you back right now? So if it was free to sign up, if there was no cost to get involved, you would jump in right now. You get started right now. And if they're like, no, I still have questions, okay, then that means it's not the real objection. But if they say, yeah, that's the only thing holding me back, okay, great, now we're gonna go full speed ahead. Okay, so you don't have the money, but you really wanna do it, you're a 10, you wanna make money, okay, great. Let's figure this out. So there's one word that you just gotta remember when it comes to closing people who don't have the money. The one word is the word options, right? You gotta be able to create options for your prospect, so that way you are coming from a place of helping them, right? Helping them figure it out. So by them telling you, yeah, I really want to do it, I'm really serious, great, so you really just don't have the money, the only thing holding you back is the money, yes? Okay, so here's what I say then. What do we have to do to find the money by today? What do we have to do to get the money today so we can help you start earning income immediately? I asked a question. I want to put the ball in his court. I want him to figure it out. Right? Sometimes we get all anxious and afraid and uncomfortable with it. You got to be tough. Remember, people follow people with confidence. So I asked, what do we got to do to find the money today? Because I firmly believe anybody can find the money. They can find the money within 30 minutes if they really wanted to, regardless of their financial situation. I know some of us here might have, empathy with the situation. We might be like, oh, they really just don't have the money. They really just don't. They're just so broke. And because you believe that, you don't really have a tough conversation. You don't take a stand for that individual and you let them off the hook. When instead of letting them off the hook, what they really needed from you was a kick in the ass, was a wake-up call, was a reminder as to why they needed to do the business. So I'll give you an example. Part of the equation goes like this. Well, you tell me you're serious about making money. What do we got to do to find this money today? Because if what you've been doing up until now, your job, your career, and what you have to show for it is no money, understand that if nothing changes, nothing's going to change. Do you want to change your situation? Yeah, okay, so what do we got to do to find the money today? And if they give me more excuses, well, I got to figure it out. I don't really know how I can come up with the money. I start giving them options. Okay, if you got thrown in jail and the bill to get out was $4.99, who would you call? Who would you call to get the money to get out of jail? Oh, I'd call my mom. Great, let's call mom right now. I'd call my dad. Let's call dad right now. I'd call my best friend. Let's call your best friend right now. I remember having a week ago, a young lady was like, I don't have the money and I don't have any family. I said, great. If you got thrown in jail and it was $4.99 to get out, who would you call? I'd call my ex-boyfriend. I say, great. And what would you say to your ex-boyfriend? Babe, can I borrow $4.99? Exactly. So what do we need to do? Call him right now. Call him right now, ask him for a $4.99 loan and tell him you're going to pay him back within 30 days or less. Because remember, worst case scenario, if in 10 business days we see no results, we're going to tell you to get your money back. So there's no risk here. So the only risk is not at least attempting to try this and giving yourself a chance. So what she do? She called her boyfriend. She goes, babe, don't ask me any questions. Look, I need to borrow $4.99. I'll pay you back within 30 days, guaranteed. And guess what? She got the credit card number right there, signed up immediately. So we helped her with that option. I had another young gentleman who's from the Northeast, and he didn't have the money. He was a young guy, got started, he wanted to get started in the business, and for him, he was sitting on a gold mine because he already had his services lined up. He already had one friend who was ready to join his team, but he just didn't have the money, and he was so frustrated, and he was like, I don't think I can do the business. I don't know if it's going to be for me. I said, are you kidding me? Why are you doing ACN? He goes, I need to make money to pay for college because my scholarship got taken away and I need to pay for it, otherwise I can't get to school. I said, great. So the only thing keeping you right now from paying your scholarship is $4.99 because working with me, we're going to help you make money to pay for college. He goes, right. So I said, let me ask you this question. Are you willing to do everything I'll tell you to go and do? He says, yes, 100%. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10, you're dead serious about making it happen. 1, you're not. Where are you? I'm a 10. All right, so here's what we got to do. You have your services lined up. You got one person ready to go. You're already almost an executive team trainer just based on that. So the only thing holding you back is the $4.99. Let's see what we can do. If you got thrown in jail, who would you call? He goes, well, none of my parents would help me out. My family, I don't have family. I'm here by myself, blah, 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 blah. And then I said this. I said, okay, so there's no way you can borrow the money from anybody you know. Because it's true, there's people that are like that. They just have like no contacts that would ever let them borrow money. So here's how we handle the solution. I said, hey, do you have a job? He goes, yeah, I have a job. I said, oh, how much money do you have right now? He goes, I got $250. I said, you got $250? Wow. You already have half of the money. You have half of what you need to get started. Then he goes, well, I can't use the $250 because I actually need to pay some bills this week. I say, okay, I understand, but you have a job and you have $250. That is a good start. So here's what we're gonna go ahead and do. And guys, keep hitting the like button. Keep hitting the like button. Make sure you're sharing this with your IBOs, your people, so we can get, so they can start hearing this conversation. And so here's what we did. I said, hey, you're in the Northeast. You've got a job, and you have $250, and you need to do this so you can pay for college. You got your services lined up. All right. So then here's what I told him. I said, hey, would you agree with me that most business owners, when starting a business, take out a loan? They actually take a loan out from the bank to finance their business. And he goes, yeah, of course. I said, well, you already got $250. I know you got to pay bills or whatever, but why don't you do this? Why don't you go to Speedy Cash or go to the check cash store down the street, show your 2 pay stubs, and go get a payday loan for $4.99, because all you got to do is pay it back within the next 2 weeks, and you're good to go. And it's already guaranteed, since you already have your services. You already have one person ready to go. Worst case scenario, if we can't get the job done, pull out, get your money back. So you have no risk. There's no risk here. The only risk is not getting started. So why don't you go get the loan, get started? It's guaranteed for them to give you the $500, and based on what you have, it's 100% factual that you're going to go ETT and make that quick start bonus. So what do? He went and got that payday loan. He got the $500 right away. And not only that, was able to get started. And within that same day he got started, he used that same process to get his second person started. So he ended up going ETT within 24 hours. And within 14 days was able to hit his $500 bonus, paid back that loan. And today he's blowing up in the Northeast. Has a lot of people in his group, a lot of customers. And guess what? He's now generating money to pay for his college, which is why he got started in ACN. So the key is helping people understand that they can find the money. If they say they don't have it, you just can't believe that. Don't believe that nonsense. I don't have the money. We are in 2017. Are you kidding me? It is too easy to go access money. Another thing that we'll even do with some people, if they don't have if they can't find the money to get started, whatever it is, just go apply for a credit card online. I remember doing a PBR one time. Where was I? I think I was in Chicago, and I had a group of people who got started with us. And well, they couldn't get started with us, but it was like 5 of them. 5 people that couldn't get started, and they really wanted to do the business. And I did the whole process. What do you mean you don't have the money? How serious are you? Scale 1 to 10. What's your only thing holding you back from getting started? I really made sure I validated their excuses, right, or their objections. And once I got them to basically tell me they're 100% committed and serious. See, I wouldn't do this with somebody who wasn't serious. If they're not serious, then it's a waste of time. But if they're deadly serious and they just don't have the money to get started, this is what I do. I sit there and come up with options for people. So I had a group of 5 young people, young girls, that got started with us. They all wanted to do the business together. They didn't have the money, of course, but they were all willing to do whatever it would take. I said, great, who can we call? You know, they tried making phone calls, couldn't come up with anything. I even met with one of their mothers. I told them, go bring your mom over here. Her mom came. She saw the business. The mom didn't have the money either. Yeah, you know, it happens. I understand. Obviously, you want to recruit up and recruit people that have a better demographic. But hey, sometimes you're going to be getting in front of people who just don't have it, and they need an opportunity, right? I'm not the kind of guy who's only going to recruit certain types of people. I'm going to recruit everybody, right? It doesn't matter where they come from, because that was me. 12 years ago, I didn't have $500. 12 years ago, I was one of those people that had to go find the money. That's why I believe in helping people find the money, because it can change their life. And if you believe it's going to change your life, guess what? It will. Oh, dang, that girl talks really loud. I'm trying to walk away from the loudness. So with these 5 girls, here's what we ended up doing. We got them online. Creditcards.com. They all applied for a credit card. Boom, instantaneously. Every single one of them got approved for a $500 limit credit card. One girl got $1,000, so she used that to get her YBA set up and her flash phone and all that. But we got all 5 of them right there set up in business. Period. Done. Immediately. Everybody was structured to go ETT. I believe that month we had an ETL bonus, so the ETL, we were able to help that person generate $1,500. So we just made it happen. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is there is no excuse for why someone shouldn't do the business. I don't care if they say they don't have the money. That's not an excuse, because we can help them find the money. I don't care if someone doesn't have the time, because we're not interested in their time. We're interested in who they know and their contacts. I don't care if someone says, I don't believe it's for real, because I can sit there all day, show them how I haven't paid a cell phone bill in years. I can show them how ACN works. We can show them that the services work, that there's money to be made. So it's just, it's just a matter of whether or not we can take a stand and handle these objections. The only excuse I think is a valid excuse for someone not doing ACN is if they tell me straight up, Max, you know what? I just don't want to do the business. It's just not for me. I just don't want to do it. And if they tell me they just don't want to do it, great, no problem. Don't do it. Because the last thing you want to do is do business with somebody who doesn't want to do business with you. That's like going on a date with a female who doesn't want to be on a date with you. It's going to be really awkward, right? So you want to have people, you're going to be working with people who want to do the business. And the only reason why they're not doing it, it might be because of a financial situation or they need more clarification. But as a leader in this business, you're not just a leader in the business because of your pin. You're a leader in this business because you're leading people. You're leading them to a better place. You're leading them to the destination that of their desires, right? And you really care about that individual, and that's why you have that posture with them. Look, I don't get people in just to get them in. I tell people, look, you work with me, we're going to change your life. You follow everything I tell you to do. You follow the ACN system. You stay committed. You're going to change your life. Guaranteed, you're going to change your life. And I really believe that. And that's why I have no problem making people do whatever it takes to go find the money. We will go beast mode to help someone get started because we know that this will change their life. I really believe that. I've seen people in my own organization who did not have the money and ultimately got involved. They figured it out. They grinded it out and made 800 grand in a couple years in this business. I've seen it. I've seen what's happened for me. I've seen what's happened for my sister. I've seen what happened with so many other people in this business. Look at MD Rahman, was a taxi cab driver and now dominating all of Asia Pacific. Look at Mr. Michael Crowder, almost went bankrupt in his business and today is one of the top COC members. Look at Debbie Davis, who's a stay-at-home mom making, her only goal is to make $100 a week so she can take her kids to brunch on Sundays, and now she overrides 95% of ACN. So when you begin to start understanding that ACN can change someone's life, why wouldn't you go beast mode in helping someone find the money? Why wouldn't you go beast mode to help someone get started in this business? Whatever it takes. I mean, Aaron Burton Coalition, what they do, they even help people get started. They call it a 50-50 split. Ladies and gentlemen, get creative with the process. Creative financing, that's what I call it. We should never let someone not do the business because they just don't have the money. That's complete, utter nonsense. And if you understand what I just shared with you, it's really 99% attitude. Your attitude is everything. If you believe and you're confident and you have that posture and conviction, guess what? It's going to motivate the people to follow you and get started in this business. So I hope that helps you guys out. I'm about to walk into my meeting. As I'm walking to my meeting, I'll actually take a few questions if you guys have any questions. If that helps you guys out, go ahead and say yes. Type in yes. Oh, I think my prospect's here. Good. Awesome. Are you DJ? Hey, good to meet you. I'm Max.
Hey, Max.
Have we met before?
No.
No?
Time.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab my briefcase. I'm just finishing up a little Facebook live. Oh, your cousin, is that Dimitri? You know Dimitri, right?
Yeah.
Is he your cousin too?
No, it's not my cousin.
He's not your cousin?
We grew up together.
You grew up together?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this. We're gonna go to the Starbucks.
All right.
You drink coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we're gonna get some coffee. You guys know what time it is. About to close some business. Take care, guys. Have a blessed rest of your day. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Share the feed.